forces rescued at least one crew member after Iran shot down a U.S. F-15E fighter jet Friday, but one crew member remains missing. Iranian state media also reported a U.S. A-10 attack aircraft crashed into the Persian Gulf. The incidents occurred as Iran launched attacks across the Middle East, targeting Gulf energy infrastructure and the Strait of Hormuz. There's going to be a real WKRP in Cincinnati soon.
Is there a real WKRP in Cincinnati, like the TV series that ran from 1978 to 1982? D.P. McIntyre of the North Carolina-based nonprofit Oak City Media says there soon will be.
WKRP, after 48 years, is coming to Cincinnati.
McIntyre acquired the WKRP call letters in 2014. He says WKRP in Cincinnati will be a radio station, and he hopes the new owners will be true to the show that inspired it. I'm Donna Warder.
Many Christian worshipers stopped to commemorate Christ's crucifixion today. This is SRN News. A leading gay rights activist takes a stand on transgenderism.
Herndon Granick used to be the president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. He went on the podcast series Strange Bedfellows with Ben Kowaller and Andy Mills to say that he opposes letting children have puberty-blocking drugs to live as the opposite sex. Granick says, quote, teenagers and kids should not be given the power to make these life-altering decisions. He admits that GLAAD was wrong on the issue. Michael Harrington reporting.
People who distribute or intend to distribute abortion-inducing medication in Mississippi could face a criminal charge and up to 10 years in prison if convicted under a bill lawmakers have just passed. Representative Celeste Hurst, a Republican, said she introduced the measure to keep doctors from out of state from circumventing our current law. However, legal experts say it'll be difficult to prosecute providers who send the drugs in. This is SRN News. With Easter upon us, food safety experts are offering some egg handling tips. Correspondent Rich Thomason reports.
They say you can dye eggs and eat them safely if they're handled right. We're told we should hard-boil the eggs first to reduce the risk of salmonella, then follow the household 2-hour rule for the amount of time that eggs are safe at room temperature. Both artificial and natural food dyes are okay as long as they're labeled food grade. But if you're planning on an egg hunt outside, it might be best to go with plastic eggs. Keep the dyed eggs for your Easter spread. Rich Thomason reporting.
The Trump administration has scaled back its plans to dismantle the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Under the new plan, the Bureau's headcount would be reduced from 1,700 authorized employees before Trump's second term to roughly 550 staffers. More details at srnnews.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters.
For your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
If you don't want to hear real facts on social and political issues, then stop listening now. Otherwise, stay right here for real issues, real facts with real people.
Maybe you know what a zombie is.
When you keep voting party line, this is what happens to you.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own.
You have subways that are falling apart. You have cops that are being accosted in the street because of that socialist you elected as your mayor.
You see them sometimes, walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders.
When are you New Yorkers going to start holding those people responsible for what they do?
Not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
I'm going to deal with topics and issues that'll make you think, make you mad, and maybe even get you a little embarrassed. So don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Be part of the solution. You've heard me. Right? Be part of the solution. The estimated annual Medicaid fraud, Medi-Cal budget fraud is well over $50 billion. And you know, the sad part is the telltale signs, the signs of, how do you go up, 1,500% in just a couple of years on Medi-Cal stuff? Just crazy. And nobody caught that? Nobody caught that issue? Because I'm not buying it, by the way. I think Newsom and team knew exactly what was going on. But, they needed the money, so they couldn't stop it. For their own pockets, by the way, not for the people. Yeah, there's story after story after story about the money that that Governor Dictator Newsom got, right, for homelessness, for all this, and nothing's been built. For all intents and purposes, nothing has been built. Nothing of substance, nothing that on the homeless side, nothing's been built that people could actually move in and live in. I remember, oh God, how long ago was this? Maybe 12 years ago, 10 years ago. And you go looking, go to get on the freeway, and I don't know how it is in other states, but here in the highway, they have these parking places off the highway that you can park your car in for the day, carpool with somebody else, and you just meet there and go. So what they decided was they cut some of those in half, right? And they put up these little, I don't know, you want to call them huts? They were 10 by 10, 15 by 15, whatever they were. They're very small. 2 beds, 2 small beds, not twin beds, but 2 small beds. An air conditioner, yada, 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 the whole thing, right? And that way there, they figured, look, if you put 20 of those there, you got 40 people off the street. That was their mindset. Yeah. The things were destroyed within a year. Right? You had a bathroom. There were no showers. No anything like that for them to take advantage of. Whatever. You had bathrooms that weren't being cleaned appropriately. There's just so much going on. And then on top of all that, you find out today that San Francisco human rights boss, if you would, was arrested for corruption. Money was diverted allegedly diverted, for her own use, for her own benefit. Yeah, that'll get your heart pumping, right? So what if you're looking to lose weight, but you're not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable. The studied ingredients in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, sorry. So you're not hungry. Now, I tried it for about 30 days, yes. It did killed my cravings, if you would, right? And I did lose a few pounds. And it seemed to work out well. So let's see what you have. But listen, Lean's not for the person that wants to use just a couple of pounds here, a couple of pounds there. It's really for the person that kind of hit the plateau. You can't get it moving. And Brickhouse Nutrition actually approached me to try this stuff and see if I'd be willing to talk about it. So Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Yeah, I wish. Let's get you started with 20% off, free rush shipping, so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Visit TakeLean.com. Enter Messina for your discount. That's promo code Messina at TakeLean.com. TakeLean.com, and promo code is Messina. And I do very much appreciate the time that you're spending with me here on the air. Part of the show, okay? Just being part of the show as a whole. Because I know you got other things you could be doing. I'll talk a little bit about what tonight is to most of the Christian, well, actually it should be to all the Christian community, right? So Trump is considering, by the way. Let me debunk one thing. Is Tulsi Gabbard's going nowhere. Let's start off there. Right? And you find out, again, they're all talking about how, he's making a shakeup and she's going to go and this one's going to go and that one's going to go. Yeah, whatever, okay? Nice try, doesn't work, though. So, but Tulsi Gabbard, I don't know what it is with some of you folks that think she needs to go. She is the one that's not causing all kinds of chaos and aggravation. It doesn't mean she's not doing anything. She's probably many of them out there, she's probably the most patriotic. And I say that because, look I love some of you people who are talking about how, he was a Democrat, she was a Democrat, she's really still a Democrat. But why don't you say the same thing about Trump? Did you say anything? Did you say anything about Ronald Reagan? He was a lifelong Democrat. He admits to it. That was the biggest mistake he ever made. We'll talk about Tulsi Gabbard when we come back. Joe Messina host. Don't go far.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You've been working hard, doing the right thing and paying your taxes and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you've paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. That's 800-504-1123.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour.
I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed fee legal solution in the country with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me could understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
You got a love bite on your neck. He's coming back this morning. What's the matter with you? Your life's going down the toilet. Cover up that damn thing. Come on, put some makeup on it. Right.
We're back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. That's fun. You want to listen to that music? I do. I like it. Happy music. Anyway, Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-SHOW. 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. You heard me. All right. The White House has broken its silence on reports that Tulsi Gabbard's imminent departure. Not true. Really that simple. Reports that Tulsi Gabbard is next on the President Donald Trump's chopping block are being vehemently denied by the White House. I know they've done this before, but POTUS has total confidence in Tulsi, and any insinuation otherwise totally fake news. That's according to the White House Communications Director Stephen Chung. The President has assembled the most talented, impactful cabinet ever. They have collectively delivered historic victories on behalf of the American people. Now, Chung's comments were in response to an article published by The Guardian claiming that Trump was angry with her after she allegedly shielded Joe Kemp, who had broken with the president's stance on the Iranian war. Now, the outlet claimed that the president has allegedly polled members of his cabinet about replacing Gabbard after she declined to criticize Kent, who has since resigned. So, Gabbard deflected several questions at a Senate committee hearing from lawmakers about whether or not the country posed a threat. She said Donald Trump was overwhelmingly elected by the American people to be our president and commander-in-chief. Right? She was posting on X. She said, as commander-in-chief, he's responsible for determining what is and is not an imminent threat, and whether or not to take action he deems necessary to protect the safety and security of our country. Right, and our troops. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence is responsible for helping coordinate and integrate all intelligence to provide the President and the Commander-in-Chief with the best information available to inform his decision. She went on and said, after careful review of all information before him, Trump concluded that the terrorist Islamic regime in Iran posed an imminent threat, and he took action based on that information. Right? I mean, seriously. He is the ultimate source. And he does have to depend on the information he gets around him. And as I said on a show this morning, another person's show that is, that the bottom line with it is, I hope he's getting right information for people. He can't get it all himself. He has to rely on the information he's getting from the head of the military, the head of the DOJ, those kind of things. Now, the reassurance from the president comes after Trump commented that Gabbard has a softer stance on Iran than him. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, the president said that I would say that I'm very strong on the fact that I don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon, because if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it immediately. I agree with him. I think she's probably a little softer on that issue, but that's okay. Some people are, he added. Most people aren't. Most people are saying, thank you very much, yada, yada, yada. You know, he goes on how he likes to go on. The president was then asked if he still had confidence in Gabbard, despite their differences in opinions. And like any good leader, any good boss, right? I know that the people that work under me in the past, the years gone by, would not approach things the same way I did. Don't have the same viewpoint on certain things that I do. But they knew how to do their job. Yeah, sure, Trump responded. I mean, she's a little bit different in her thought process than me, but that doesn't make somebody not available to serve. Think about it. They're both former Democrats. Let that sink in. The former Democrat has long been considered an anti-interventionist on foreign wars. Question about Gabbard's policies arose after Joe Kent, Gabbard's top counterterrorism aide, and former chief of staff stepped down and condemned the ongoing conflict in Iran. And it's okay to do that. You can't work. Look, you can't be the CEO of a major meat manufacturing plant and be a vegetarian. It doesn't work. Won't work for either one of you. It was reported during a dramatic House hearing, intelligence director broke from Kent in his assertion that Israel was to blame for the U.S.'s involvement in Iran. He said a lot of things in that letter. She told the committee, ultimately, we have provided the president with the intelligence assessments, and the president is elected by the people to keep us safe, and he makes his own decisions that we carry out. Now, the White House maintains it stands behind Gabbard, and that her job remains safe after Kent's resignation. You know what? I see it. Really, that's it. I see it. And, being a business, it's the negative I have with Trump is he still hasn't figured out yet. This is not a business. Right? This is not a business that you run like a business. Totally different. When he starts firing people, he's got to understand or has to realize, how's he going to replace them? Because he can't just snap his fingers and replace them. Does not work that way. Okay, now for a little levity. Or do I have time for this? I may or may not do it. Yeah, I can do this. This is fun. So, I didn't even know this existed. 20 camels. That's right. You heard me. Camels. 20 camels are... I don't know, guys. This is true. I've already checked it out. 20 camels have been booted from a camel contest. What's the reason? Because it was found that they were using injectables to make them look better. Yeah, you heard me. We're keen to halt all acts of tampering and deception and the beautification of all camels. Organizers from the 2026 Camel Beauty Show Festival, they said that a camel beauty pageant in Oman is facing a scandal after 20 of its competitors were disqualified for receiving unusual enhancements. According to Vice and Forbes, 20 camel owners had their animals disqualified. It took place in Al Musana, Oman. Last month, after the veterinarian inspection discovered that camels had undergone several cosmetic procedures to enhance their appearance. The outlets reported that the disqualified camels had received a mix of injectables, including, hyaluronic acid, injections to their lips, dermal fillers, and silicone around their nose, Botox to soften their faces, and silicone wax to inflate their humps, and so much more. I don't want to know. We are keen to halt all acts of tampering and deception in the beautification of camels. Festival organizers with the Camel Club and the Oman Camel Racing Federation said these people would be fined and possibly not be allowed back. Wow. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
To Congress, which handles.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Tonight we have details about President Trump's 2027 budget proposal.
A $1.5 trillion defense spending request. That's the largest of its kind in decades. The president had indicated even before the war against Iran that he wanted to increase defense spending to modernize the military. He's also calling for a 10% cut in non-defense discretionary spending. The president's annual budget does not carry the force of law. Instead, it reflects an administration's priorities and provides a roadmap to Congress, which handles spending issues. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
U.S. forces rescued at least one crew member after Iran shot down a U.S. F-15E fighter jet Friday, but one crew member remains missing. Iranian state media also reported a U.S. A-10 attack aircraft crashed into the Persian Gulf. The incidents occurred as Iran launched attacks across the Middle East, targeting Gulf energy infrastructure and the Strait of Hormuz. There's going to be a real WKRP in Cincinnati soon.
Is there a real WKRP in Cincinnati, like the TV series that ran from 1978 to 1982? D.P. McIntyre of the North Carolina-based nonprofit Oak City Media says there soon will be.
WKRP, after 48 years, is coming to Cincinnati.
McIntyre acquired the WKRP call letters in 2014. He says WKRP in Cincinnati will be a radio station, and he hopes the new owners will be true to the show that inspired it.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I'm Donna Warder.
Many Christian worshipers stopped to commemorate Christ's crucifixion today. This is SRN News. A leading gay rights activist takes a stand on transgenderism.
Herndon Granick used to be the president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. He went on the podcast series Strange Bedfellows with Ben Kawaller and Andy Mills to say that he opposes letting children have puberty-blocking drugs to live as the opposite sex. Granick says, quote, teenagers and kids should not be given the power to make these life-altering decisions. He admits that GLAAD was wrong on the issue. Michael Harrington reporting.
People who distribute or intend to distribute abortion-inducing medication in Mississippi could face a criminal charge and up to 10 years in prison if convicted under a bill lawmakers have just passed. Representative Celeste Hurst, a Republican, said she introduced the measure to keep doctors from out of state from circumventing our current law.
Oh, we are back at it. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Truly be part of the solution. Love it when you are. Love it when you get involved. Love it when you get engaged. Love it when you have a clue. How's that? Right? Y'all really need to pay attention to what's going on. Really, seriously. Because if you don't, then they get to say anything they want to say. And other people believe them. If you don't stay on top of this stuff, it gets bad. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732, 5563. And, all right, so a couple things. You saw the number, well, if you didn't see the numbers today, I'm sorry, you should have saw the numbers today, what I want to say. And the job numbers. Now, the Democrats, I don't know how they pull this off. I really don't. They can jump up and down, tell you how bad the economy and how bad jobs are, and people are getting paid well and all this other stuff. But that's not what the numbers bear out. And I'm not talking about the numbers from the White House. I'm talking about the real numbers, what people get paid, how they get paid. Right? You can't keep denying that when we keep seeing it's different than what you're telling us. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. And I always say, get involved, get engaged, be part of. Because what I'm telling you is true. And you can look at you don't have to look at the White House to get the numbers. You don't have to look at any of that stuff. You can find that all over that big bad interweb. Really, seriously. And if you want to be honest with you, if you're trying to be honest, if you really want the truth, then that's the way to do it. Get the real information. All right? Now, CNN today had to go swallow their pride. And they had to give the real numbers on the air as they're being reported. And I just love that because there's no way around it. Take a listen. Again, great thing. Here we go. You know it's not going to work, right? Because I want it to work? Whatever. Yep, see what I tell you.
Way in March, and that is good news, really blowing away expectations.
All right. Let's try that again the right way. What do you think? I don't know if I can make it work, but you know I'm going to try. Here we go.
1,000 jobs and it's 178. Wow.
Yeah, look, the job market bounced back in a big way in March, and that is good news, really blowing away expectations.
Yeah, doesn't get much better than that, does it? And right, they're right. It did blow away expectations. Nobody had any idea that it was going to be this good in this short a period of time. And maybe they did have an idea, but they didn't want to say it. They didn't want you to know. And on top of all that, the Dems aren't doing so well when it comes to the public perception of who and what they are. Really, no, in all sincerity. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Send me an email, joe@joemessina.com, joe@joemessina.com. The Dems are really having a hard time right now trying to figure out why. Now, they'll try to say it's a propaganda that mainstream media is feeding people. They'll say that there's no real news source. I mean, I find that rich, don't you? That they're trying to say right now that the mainstream media favors Republicans. Mainstream media favors conservatives. Where they got that, I have no clue. But listen to what CNN has to say about it.
The Democrats here. I mean, just take a look here. Congressional Dems have the right priorities. Look at this. Overall, 74%, nearly 3 in 4 say no. Just 25% overall say yes. You might say, okay, well, at least Dems like Democrats. Not the case. Look at this. The majority of Democrats are independents who lean Democrats. Look at this. 55% say no, congressional Democrats do not have the right priorities. And then you just see a minority, 45% of Democrats say that congressional Democrats have the right priorities. This, to me, just jumps out at the screen because it screams primary challenges all over the map.
No kidding. You blew it. You screwed it up. You didn't get it right like you think you did. I find all, and they're not paying attention. You couldn't, you little people, you little folk, you couldn't possibly understand or know. Right? I mean, think about it. Isn't that what they're saying to you? When they don't listen to you, and when they don't care what you have to say, what are they saying in reality? You don't know what you're talking about. We know better than you. Don't let them get away with it. I don't care if you're a Democrat and you believe what you believe, don't let them shove it down your throat. Don't let them tell you what and how to believe. Do the research, figure it out on your own to a big degree. You can. Right? I mean, I'm sure that some of you are educated people. You know how to look things up. You know how to do research. And do it. It's your kids. Why wouldn't you want to do it? And don't give me that stuff where, they're professionals. No, professionals make mistakes too. Yeah, people die every day when those professional doctors cut on you. All right? All right, the largest teachers union in America. Enough is enough. Right? It's time to put our children first. Right? Take a listen to this one. This is great.
Rise up, NEA! Hold on! Hold on! Don't let go of anyone's hand!
That's scary. One more time.
Depending on us! Rise up, NEA! Hold on! Hold on! Don't let go of anyone's hand!
Are we serious? Right? Rise up, hold on, we'll take it all back. What are you taking back? Do you not see a problem here? Do you not care about that problem here? I'm sure they don't, but I had to put that out there anyway. Right? 855 wrote Joe. 85. I know, I just keep doing it because I'm hoping at one point. All right. So all right, you want to hear what's going on in school? And this is real. This is not phony. This is not fake. This is not funny. I'm not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it for the laughs. You should know that. I mean, I'll put up the joke stuff, and you'll know it because I'll tell you. But here's a teacher who's telling you what's going on in his class these days. And now I work with teachers, all right? Not side by side every day of the week, but I work with teachers. And let me tell you what, this is true. This is real. And you don't have to believe it, but it's real. Take a look. Take a listen. Take a something. Ready? Here we go.
Even more things that my students have said. Let's get into it. We were watching a video over the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and a student asked me if this was based on a true story. We're just doing fictional stuff in history. Student asked me first thing in class, what war are we learning about? Mind you, again, we are 3 weeks into this unit. I overheard a student say, "I thought Hawaii was a part of Japan." And then the student next to them said, "Why the heck would they bomb themselves?" And then the other student said, "Oh yeah." We were learning about D-Day, and a student just shouted out, "I definitely would have survived D-Day." Another student, when learning about D-Day, said, "Why can't they just dodge the bullets? It doesn't seem that hard."
Yeah, keep them on those smartphones. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go far.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention. This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
You know this man.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Oh, it's on. We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the solution. Right? How do you become... Come on. You know. How do you become part of the solution? Right? You pay attention. You make sure you got the right information. You're listening to the right people. Yeah, you heard me. The right people. And that doesn't necessarily mean the people on the right. It means people that you know are working it, that are in it, and they haven't lied to you before. How's that? As I said, 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. All right. So this, it's a long clip. It's about 2 minutes and maybe a little bit more. And you got to hear this person who is ripping up Trump but can't tell you why. Okay? I know, it's hard to believe, but it's true. Take a listen.
Even won the popular vote. How does that make him a king?
It doesn't make him a king. It makes him a president, not a king.
Well, this is called No Kings. So what does that mean to you?
It means we got to get rid of him. He's not a king. It's a democratic process, and we've gone that route with him. Now he's acted like a king.
Can you give me a specific example?
Specific example? Well, there's a million of them all put together. There's no one example. It's exactly
just one or two?
All right, there's no one example. There's a million of them, but I can't give you one out of the million. You know what the statistics are behind that? Really, seriously. All of these, and there's no... Okay, got it.
There's more than one or two.
No, can you give me one or two examples?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I can, I guess. I'm just at a loss of...
Yeah, because there aren't any. Because what I'm doing is spewing what I saw on CNN, MSNBC, DEFG, all of those crazy ones. Because I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm here, and I don't know if this guy's getting paid or not, so I'm not going to say he's getting paid. Okay? Now, I want you to know signs behind him, this guy, are signs for the guy running for Senate in Texas that really has, he's a questionable pastor, I'll put it that way. But let's go on. I don't want to keep you from this.
Thought here on, there's a lot of things.
Okay.
I can't really...
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
I know what...
All right, but think about this. He could... Millions. There's millions of examples. Can't give you one right now, though.
Biden did. I don't agree with all of it, but this is way worse than what any other president
What makes
has
it
done
worse?
in this country. You can't see that? I don't have anything more to say if you don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know either. You can't see it. See what? If there's so many, give me one. Give me one. Did he have you guys drug off the street? Did he have you shot for talking against the president? Did he have you all rounded up there, thrown in jail? Did he allow you to exercise your constitutional right to the First Amendment? I'm still trying to figure out where this.
What makes President Trump a king?
Himself.
There's three. This is the third person she's randomly walked up to and started asking questions, and nobody has yet said he's a king because he did this.
What specific policies or actions?
Oh, everything that he does. The man's a fascist.
Can you give me an example?
Oh, boy, of everything that he does. I mean, he just tries to put his name on everything.
What specific action or policy?
Oh, putting your name on stuff makes you a fascist. Got it. Right.
Is the Trump administration acting like a king?
He wants to be a dictator. He loves dictators. He wants to be a dictator. And
Didn't he just remove a dictator from Venezuela?
he went in and stole them.
So he was not
So he stole it. Oh,
the dictator in Venezuela?
He was.
So he removed a dictator.
Just disappeared. There are people that.
isn't this great? So he's trying to be a dictator, and that's not right. Okay, but he just removed a dictator from Venezuela. No, he stole a dictator. Oh, okay. The people wanted the guy gone. Joe Biden wanted the guy gone. Remember? I mean, and even, I think before Joe Biden even, Schumer got in this case for not removing Maduro. Make up your mind. Are you guys like, are you that whacked that you can't come up with anything? Here's more.
Just disappeared. There are people that are American citizens that immigrated to this country illegally, and they're gone. Some people.
Can you give me a specific example? Because I'm not aware of any American.
You're not aware of that? It's being in the news.
Can you give me a specific example?
Donald Trump rapes children.
Of an American citizen.
I know what you hear this? Donald Trump rapes children. Okay? These are sick pieces of work. These people need some serious mental health care. You know, you're accusing a man of being a pedophile, of raping children. Right? Coming from the people whose judges on their side of the aisle are letting these rapists go. Coming from the people on their side of the aisle who's their president, Joe Biden, sent, almost 300,000+ kids that we couldn't find until Donald Trump found them. Not all of them, obviously. Sent them into sex slavery. I'm sorry, who's raping kids? Who's hurting children? They're delusional.
It's a setup. What you're
No,
doing.
I want you told me an American citizen has
I
been
can look
deported.
it up, but
That's a big claim. I just want to know.
There are
specific
several of them.
example.
There have been cases where American citizens, no, they have not been deported, okay, but they have been picked up for whatever reason. I don't have I mean, they looked the part, they said the part, they did something that brought attention on. I don't know. Obviously, this guy doesn't either. But if you want to go through the story, I could do a night where we run through all those stories and we can show you time after time after time where every one of them was released in a relatively short period of time. Either they were confused with somebody else, or maybe they were there in the group of people that was protesting. And as they started picking up the ones that were here illegally, as many are, right? They were picked up along with them. I know, I hate to use the term, but kind of like a collateral damage kind of thing. There's no way to fix that. Not really. Not till you hit perfection. And I love these jackwagons who have pictures of Hitler and Trump, with like a Trump overlay. How many, I'm kind of confused. Maybe I missed this. How many Jews did he actually kill? No, really, how many Jews did Trump kill? I missed that. Can somebody help me out? 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. You need to be part of the solution, right? So this reporter asked this guy, why did you make Trump look like Hitler? Take a listen.
Yeah, I mean...
Because, how do you think Trump's like Hitler?
I mean, I think it speaks for itself.
What are some examples? So, Hitler, killed 6 million Jews.
I love it. It speaks for itself because it's a likeness of Hitler, right? Or it's a drawing of Trump made in the likeness of Hitler. Speaks for itself. I don't even know what to do with that.
You know, this is America, and it's not supposed to be a dictatorship, but this is where we are.
Oh, cool. Okay, so how's it like a dictatorship?
Well, I mean, he does whatever he wants. The people don't have a voice.
But is that and that's like Hitler, you think?
I mean, and look at ICE, right? There's this,
Has he made one coherent statement yet? Maybe I'm just too dull to figure it out. All right? This guy obviously may not be able to get a day job. Can't put one sentence together. Can't tell you one thing.
A militia that is supposedly, enforcing immigration, but...
Well, I agree.
But the militia enforcing immigration. You mean ICE? The Immigration Department. You mean ICE? Not a militia. Police Department. Is that what you call the police in your home little city there?
Trump's bad, but do you think that he's literally Hitler? Because that's your side.
I mean, I think it's more of a metaphor.
Right. Oh, a metaphor. Okay. Do you think that though is upsetting to Jews who 6 million Jews died, people had in the Holocaust? Do you think that's a fair comparison?
I think it's just trying to make a point. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see the critique though?
Yeah, I guess so.
I got nothing. And you know what? They got nothing. This is their mindset. They got nothing to say. They try to make him look bad. Not going to work. You don't even know how many people have caught on to this. It's just not going to work. Joe Messina, your host. God bless, guys. Thanks for being with me. Be back with you in a few minutes. Don't go far. You're listening to the Joe Messina Show.